Thank you. Thank you all. Can you hear me?
You gotta speak right into the mic.
Can you hear me now? Then maybe I turned it off. Hello, hello.
Let's get this turned back on. There we go.
Now? There we go. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. It was so fun to get to watch this with you, even though I really don't know what they said, because we were all chatting, which is very exciting. Although I heard some very key moments when these candidates said things about peace through strength for the United States. The United States is the world leader. It is key that we stay as the world leader. And some of the things that they're saying on that stage are so important, because when we think about the sanctions that have been released on these terrorist countries, that has put us all in danger. And that's the benefit of the United States of America. We can stop these things, and we have to choose candidates who are going to stop this. And that can happen even in the beautiful state of Michigan. You probably are looking at the last day of elections and going, this was not so great. Maybe we didn't hit the mark on all of this. But in Michigan, we did actually do pretty well. I don't know if you've heard about Goshen. Any of you heard about Goshen? So that's one of those situations where it's a national security situation. I mean, the fact of the matter is that this is our national security at risk. And what happened last night when they threw out everybody that was involved in the township, that was a we the people moment. That was not arrogance. That was not argument. That was we the people saying, you know what? You guys got this wrong. We are not safe. After we see this Chinese balloon going over the country, we've seen the Chinese buying up farmland. Guess what? There aren't American balloons going over China. There aren't Americans buying up farmland in China. And you know who is going to stop things like this from happening? People like the people in Green Township. So I think we should just take a moment to say thank you and clap for those folks, because they have done such an amazing job fighting that in their township. And I think we need to thank the Democrats tonight. So it was so sweet of those two to run for mayor.
Yeah.
Out in Westland and Warren. So thoughtful of them to get rid of that majority. Just give it up. We really appreciate you. So Lori Stone, thank you so much for winning that race. Because that one was a little questionable. We weren't sure if she was going to win. But congratulations, Madam Mayor. We are proud of you. I think that we are looking, but that's the kind of stuff, honestly, in Michigan. We're going into 24, and I feel good about 24 because I think we've learned a lot from 22 and 23. And that's what people said to me when I walked away. Are you just going to walk away and be done? And I said, no, no, no. I'm going to make sure we figure out what we need to do to win. And that's key right now. We're looking at going into this year, and I've heard a lot of people say, we don't know what Republicans want to do. We don't know what the message is of Republicans. Well, I can tell you that the message of Republicans is to make sure that we stand with our allies. And right now in the state of Michigan, it looks like the Democrats don't exactly know what they want to do, because we are seeing some of the most disgusting displays of support for terrorism than we have ever seen. And you know what? When I look at the Republican Party and I see that we have different ideas, and sometimes we don't always get along, and sometimes we have arguments within the party, that's because we love the fact that people can have their own ideas. But when it comes to supporting our allies and standing against something as disgusting as anti-Semitism, no one wavers. No one wavers in the Republican Party. When you look at something as corrupt and corroded and disgusting as what's happening within the Democrat Party, I say we have a lot of opportunity to do the right thing. We have a lot of opportunity in this Senate race to do the right thing. Alyssa Slotkin decided not to. And I think that's something that we cannot forget. That Alyssa Slotkin had the opportunity to stand against the things that the Rashida Tlaib has gone out and said, and she chose to vote against censuring her. That is something we will not forget in 24. We will make sure that people do not forget that we have weak people in Michigan that are not willing to stand up against terror, against hate, against killing children. That we will not forget. When it comes to the important things, Republicans are united on what is right. We will continue to be united on what is right in 24, and we're going to get creative. So one of the things that I just want you guys to think about, I know there's been some debate over what we need to do, where we need to raise money, where we need to spend money. Look at what the Democrats are doing. Look at what the Democrats have done. I know that people are like, no, we've got this. We know better. Just humor me for a minute. Take a look at the way they are spending money. They're spending money in ways that we are not. If you look at their digital spend, just this last election, way different than what we spent money. They're spending on places like Snapchat. They're spending on places like YouTube. They are talking to you right through your phone. And Republicans are still sending mailers. So I just want you to think a little bit differently about 24. I just want you to think a little bit differently about how you're going to get your message right into that person's hand, because that's available now. I mean, you can literally tailor your message directly to the person and have it go right to their phone, right to their connected TV in their house. They're not hearing who we really are. They're not hearing what we're really about. They're hearing this demonized message from Democrats who are sending that directly to their phone and saying, this beastly Republican you don't want to vote for. So let's turn the tables on them. Let's make sure we get the message of who they really are into people's phones and the message about who we really are into people's phones, into people's houses. We are going to get the right message out, the message of who we truly are, and come 24, we are going to take every seat in the state. We will take back the state house. We will make sure we win congressional races. We will have a new Republican U.S. Senator, and we will make sure that we vote for a Republican president in the state of Michigan, and it's going to be a glorious year, and it's going to be because of all of you. So don't stop. I'm excited that you all came out tonight. I've had so many awesome conversations, even with the young gentleman back there. I'm like so excited when I hear people that are so young. They're like, I have these great ideas. I want to be involved. I want to do this. You don't go to a Democrat event and see people of all ages. They go after one demographic. Look at this room. You want to see diversity? Look at this room. This is what we are going to do next year. And we are going to make sure that we blow them out of the water. So thank you so much for being here. I expect to see a heck of a lot more of you. All right. Thanks.
Thanks again, everybody, for coming out. I'm going to keep it brief here and just release you all, because I know some of you are pretty tired and want to get to sleep. But again, thank you guys very much for coming out. Have a great night.
Woo! Nice point, Dick.